Who is the man in yellow? And how is he connected to cicadas? I'll be giving you my theory on that. So if you like videos like this, make sure you're subscribed. And with that being said, let's get into it. It may come to no surprise that I think the man in yellow, dun 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 dun, is Randall. But hear me out. Something obviously happened to Randall when he was possessed, which is why he hears and sees cicadas. But why is it specifically him that's seeing these cicadas and not Julie or Marielle? Since being possessed, Julie has now discovered she can story walk, according to Ethan. Yet it's still unclear what Marielle can do or what's really going on with her. But something is definitely wrong. But let's get into the many different meanings cicadas have. Cicadas are often seen as a symbol of rebirth, which could be similar to Smiley being reborn, thanks to Fatima's uterus and her midwife, Kimono Lady. And according to the finale, we're seeing the same story repeated over and over. So could Randall be reborn? Cicadas also represent immortality. In Chinese folklore, cicadas were placed on the tongues of corpses before burial to represent the idea that the deceased would achieve immortality. And also, as we find out in the finale, the monsters sacrifice their kids so that they'll be able to live forever. It also represents personal change. Cicadas transform from one fully functioning state to another in a short amount of time, which some say is similar to human transformation. This could relate back to why Randall isn't so unhinged anymore and has kind of calmed down. Ever since these cicadas came into the picture, he hasn't been the same person. Finally, cicadas also have a spiritual realization. Cicadas are associated with spiritual themes such as resurrection and spiritual ecstasy. This could be similar to the whole reborn thing. Randall could have died and then came back the same person, since things happen over and over again in that town and we've seen it with Smiley, or he could just be reincarnated. Maybe Randall died, and when he came back as this man, the man in yellow, and he has a whole different name. John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith or something, who knows? So if all this is true, does this make Randall the leader of the monsters? Is it in his blood? And does this make him cousins with the cicadas? Which leads me to the King in Yellow. The King in Yellow is a play and character in the story. The King in Yellow represents forbidden knowledge, the fragility of sanity, and the idea of an incomprehensible, malevolent force lurking beyond human understanding. Carcosa is a city in The King in Yellow. It's a mythical, eerie city described in the stories as existing in another dimension. It is associated with strange landscapes, alien geometries, and a timeless, dreamlike quality. It symbolizes the unknowable, a place of ultimate horror and despair, and possibly the source of a malevolent power. Now, if this doesn't sound like Fromville, then I don't know what do. Just like in From, there's a man walking around in yellow who doesn't want you to find out anything, just like the King in Yellow. The man in yellow told Jim Jade should not have played that song, and I believe he was also the one who told him Tabitha needs to stop digging that hole.
Your wife shouldn't be digging that hole, Jim.
And this represents the forbidden knowledge that they were talking about in The King in Yellow. The King in Yellow forbids knowledge, just like the man in yellow. I mean, literally everything I just said reminds me of From. So I wonder, did they get these ideas from the King in Yellow? But back to why I think Randall is the King in Yellow. I mean, obviously, it's the scar. They both have what seems to be the same scar on their face on the same side of their face. And if this is true and it really is him, then this all goes back to the whole the same thing happens in the town over and over again thing. But what I find funny is, why does Julie have a scar on that same side of her face as Randall and the man in yellow? And it's the shirt for me. They look like they're wearing the same shirt. One's just older. It's been around for a while, just like that ugly suit he got on, where he get it from. I think when the monsters took Randall and put that scar on his face is when he became the man in yellow. And at this moment, we're either seeing the reincarnated Randall or the reborn Randall. He was either the man in yellow in the future or he was him in the past. And we're seeing him become him again. Are you following me? You still with me? Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. When the diner slash nurse monster, whatever she is, told Boyd he can have the keys, but they're going to keep Randall, is where it all started for Randall and the man in yellow.
You looking for these? Take them. We get to keep Randall, though.
When she says, keep Randall, I think that means belong to them forever. Oh, Randall. And I think it's funny that Randall, the one who I think is the man in yellow, have a conversation in episode 9 about what he was doing outside in the woods with his daughter and wants to know what happened with him, Julie, and Marielle because Julie won't talk about it. And Randall tells him something like, teach his daughter how to drive because we don't have nothing else to do. We're all going to die here anyway. Was that foreshadowing? Like, did Randall kill Jim? Did Randall snatch Jim's neck out? And I also find it funny that they were out there in the woods. What were you doing in the woods with my daughter? You got your neck snatched out in the woods, neck gone. I don't know if that was a coincidence or foreshadowing or what, but I thought that was interesting. And one last thing, I noticed that whoever goes off on the monsters has something bad happen to them. Like Boyd and his Parkinson's, that's not getting any better when everybody else can heal. His Parkinson's getting worse. Okay, but he's gone off on these monsters multiple times.
Shut your mouth. Shut your fucking mouth!
Also, Fatima has gone off on the monsters at the post office. Once she did that, she then got pregnant with Smiley. And Randall has gone off on the monsters while he was on the bus.
Am I supposed to be pissing myself? Huh? But you can't get in here because it's a rock! What do you do?
And now look at him, seeing and hearing cicadas constantly in his head, and probably the man in yellow. If I've missed anyone who's gone off on these monsters and let them have it, let me know down in the comments. And let me know your theory on the man in yellow and Randall possibly being the man in yellow in the comments so we can talk about it. And if you haven't already and want to see more videos like this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next one.